When I'm 1000 kilometers away, this camera is supposed to prevent my stuff from getting stolen. But it turns out the alarm in here is just a piece of garbage. We could add a proper buzzer like this. Or we could add this many, because more is more gooder. In the world of buzzers, there are two main types, active and passive buzzers. The main difference between them is that an active buzzer has a built-in oscillator. When you apply a voltage, you get. Passive buzzers are just a tiny speaker, and just applying a voltage is not enough. They need a PWM signal to vibrate. This signal is supplied by an ESP32 microcontroller. With that signal, we can drive the passive buzzer. But it is way too quiet. Here is the problem. Our brain, the ESP32 microcontroller, is a delicate flower. It outputs 3.3 volts at maybe 40 milliamps. If we plug 20 buzzers directly into it, the ESP32 instantly bursts into flames. The solution? A MOSFET. It's a digital floodgate. The ESP32 opens the gate with a tiny bit of power, letting a massive 5 volt high amperage power supply rush through to the buzzers. There is still one critical piece missing. When we open the switch while there is a lot of current, we can introduce voltage spikes which can damage our components. We will use a one-way street, a diode, which gives the electrons a way to calm down. We can use the same circuit to run the passive buzzers with a PWM signal and active buzzers with a continuous signal from the ESP. To spare me from the psychological torture of hand wiring 20 buzzers, PCBWay provided me with custom PCBs. I must confess, there is a zen-like quality to designing PCBs. The act of routing traces is simply
nice.
Seeing my first custom PCBs in person is amazing. But I still have to solder all those components and hope I don't sniff too much of the fumes. Okay, now let's see if it explodes or not. I'm scared. Okay, that's a good sign. Let's see. What the fuck? Dude. Yeah, and I also created a second board with active buzzers. Let's see if this explodes as well. Okay, active buzzer. Oh, it generates wind. What the fuck? It's a ventilator. After reinventing a very inefficient ventilator, let's talk about why I chose to use two different types of buzzers. Even though all the active buzzers have the same frequency specified in the datasheet, there still can be very slight differences in their frequencies. This could be why it generates additional wind. Let me know in the comments if you have a better explanation. We can use the app Firefox to analyze the sound. Here we can see the passive versus the active buzzers. The passive ones have a clear concentration at around 2.7 kHz. For the active buzzers, the peak frequency is all over the place. Well, at the end, we want to stop someone from stealing shit. So more noise, good! Now let's get to the software controlling all of this. Some of you might already spotted that I'm using ESPHome because I don't want to spend 3 nights coding custom ESP firmware. ESPHome allows for integration with Home Assistant and control via a single configuration file. The configuration is simple. It makes the GPIO pin go bzzz for the active buzzer or brrrr for the passive buzzer. Then we just need to add the Wi-Fi credentials and upload the firmware via the built-in web flasher. Since I am using Home Assistant, I can now create all sorts of automations with any of the other devices that Home Assistant supports. For example, I got this IKEA door sensor which can detect whether a door is closed or open. The final step to complete my homemade security system is setting up an automation. It just needs to trigger whenever the alarm is armed and the door sensor is tripped. But wait!
So I have something extra planned.
If you have been paying close attention, you might have already noticed a specific detail on the board. That screw terminal in the bottom right corner is meant for a 120 decibel air siren. That should be enough to discourage even the most dedicated thugs. So instead of worrying about losing my gear, I can look forward to watching security footage of intruders running away like crying babies instead.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.